On God, there are so many fucking distractions in this world. From all the social media that you're using every single day, your TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, to the news, to school, to your parents, to your friends, anyone. Anyone and anything can distract you. You could be working on something and your friends distract you. They're like, oh, let's go out. And you know you need to do something. And you're like, yeah, sure, let's go, guys. Let's go. And then you don't get that done, and then maybe you don't ever come back to doing that, and that was something that you were trying to do. That was important. Social media has done a lot of good for us. It's allowed us to connect with each other on a whole nother level that we could have never dreamed of before I was alive. But it's also done a lot of bad things too. A lot of people are more self-conscious about how they look, how they feel, expressing themselves. I mean, nowadays, you can't say anything on the internet without someone canceling you. So many people are afraid to say what's on their mind. People are afraid nowadays to be authentic. One of the most important things for you to do in life is be authentic. And so many of us are afraid to do that. Because we're afraid of someone telling us that belief isn't okay. Or that our shit online is going to be taken down. And to a degree, I mean, it's understandable, because if you have such a big platform, you know, the shit that corporations and stuff do nowadays, I mean, you know, there's no, we have, like, you know, free speech in America, but that stuff doesn't really apply to social media companies. I mean, they can do whatever the fuck they want. They don't want you talking about something, your account's deleted. Simple as that. And I think there's an issue with that. I think there should be some laws and stuff where people can express what they want without... Now, you can be judged for expressing your opinion. I mean, there's always going to be judgment. But the fact that you say what you believe and you're just kicked off the internet doesn't really make sense to me. And TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, again, stuff can be used for good things. You can connect with a lot of people, but it can also take up a lot of your time and waste a lot of your time. I know as of right now, I am still addicted to these platforms. And I'll catch myself just scrolling for like fucking 15, 30 minutes, and I'm like, where the fuck did the time go? And that's time you'll never get back. And time is one of the most important things ever, because that is the one thing that you can't ever get back. Not that I know of. Maybe one day we'll invent time machines, or maybe they already fucking exist. But as of right now, you can't go back in time. You can't change anything. You're not going to get the time that you wasted back. So it's kind of important this is something I need to work on, and something probably every single one of you watching has to work on, is just becoming conscious of how much time you're wasting. Not how much time you're like texting your best friend because you're away from college and you're catching up and stuff, but how much time are you just scrolling through people's pictures, looking at random stuff, reading random stuff that you'll never even remember, watching a video. It's when you're watching TikTok and you're scrolling, it's like, it's cool and everything, but imagine looking at you're doing your own thing and you're looking at someone who's scrolling through TikTok and they're just watching a funny video and then a serious video, or just watching videos. It's like this. They're scrolling, they're like, how fucking stupid does that look? Exactly. So, you gotta become conscious of the time you're spending on there, because so much of it is wasted. And you could be going to the gym, you could be talking to someone in person, you could be hanging out with someone in person, you could be doing something that's going to advance your life, you could be doing something that you just find fun. I mean, if you find just scrolling on stuff fun, I mean, I'm not saying it's not okay to scroll occasionally on TikTok and just watch stuff and you're just chilling. But if you notice yourself doing it every single day, every single night, I mean, in my opinion, you believe what you want, but in my opinion, you should probably spend some of that time doing something else. And We have distractions with social media, with the news. Oh, the news. Your parents have beliefs that are usually passed down to you, whether you're on the left, whether you're on the right. And I'm not going to talk about politics. I don't enjoy talking about politics with people. I rarely ever do it. Because, number one, I'm not really involved in it. I don't vote, and I don't know if I ever will. It's just, politics aren't my thing. Every single person I ever hear talk about politics, everyone's always arguing with each other. Nobody's ever listening. This is what I believe. I never see any civil arguments or discussions about people who have different political beliefs. I believe this, fuck you if you disagree with me. That's how it is nowadays. And that's horrible. Because people are so wrapped up in their own mind and their own little reality that might not actually even be reality. And they have to push that on to everybody else. Like, whatever I say in my videos, you can take it or leave it. If you agree with what I'm saying, great. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, great. Whatever works for me, right? Each one of those options works for me. I don't care. But with these political people, you disagree with them on just one little topic. Some people won't even talk to you ever again because you believe in one thing that's different than them. How crazy is that? How crazy is that you have one different political belief from someone, like, oh, you're the most fucked up person ever. I'm never gonna talk to you again. How insane is that? And then with politics, everyone thinks they're right. My opinion is right and I can never be wrong. My belief is right and I can never be wrong. You can be wrong. And it's not even that you're wrong, it's just you wrong some of the time. You have to have an open mind. Even if you don't agree with someone else on the other side, either listen to them when you're having a conversation or an argument with them, or don't talk to them at all. Because when you're going back and forth, screaming at each other, just disagreeing on everything, and not getting anywhere, that's fucking pointless. It's absolutely pointless. But I'm going to move away from politics, because that stuff heats me up a little bit. But, before I move away from politics, the news, too. The news is... I don't watch the news. To me, the news is fucking brainwashing. It's... You watch your favorite news channel, you watch your CNN, you watch your Fox News, whatever the fuck it is. And you just listen to the same things, the same beliefs, over and over and over again. As I said before, with anything in life, it's good to hear the other side of things. Because maybe you can change your belief on something. Or maybe you can just have a civil conversation with someone. But a lot of people don't like to do that nowadays. So I just stay away from it. Moving on from politics, because fuck that. School. School is one big... Middle school, high school, especially high school, is just one big distraction to me. Nothing, as of right now that I've noticed, nothing in high school prepares you for college. And I don't even know if I end up graduating college, if anything in college is actually, aside from some of the information I get on a topic and then I go get a job in that field, aside from that stuff, like the stuff I'm learning now, I will never apply this to my life ever again. And that's a distraction to me. Me doing this work, me putting in this time, seems like a distraction to me. It seems like the government, it seems like I am being pushed in a way where I have so much time taken from me doing things that I don't want to do and that aren't providing any value to me or anybody else and never will. And the thing that is so fucked up to me is every single person knows how messed up the school system is. Everyone knows it needs to be changed. There has to be certain topics that need to be incorporated. There's certain things that need to be taken out. But nothing ever happens. School has not changed. Aside from the curriculum changing a tiny bit, the school system, since it was created in the 1800s, has not fucking changed. The teacher gets up in the front of the room. You're in a fucking box room. You sit down. You shut the fuck up. And you listen to what they tell you. And you believe what they tell you. I had one English teacher once where she actually promoted us to have our own beliefs and do our own research on things. But some of these other teachers, if you disagree, if you want to do things your own way, then you're wrong. The thing is with school is so many things. You can't do it your own way. There's one way to do things. There's one way to do it. And some people don't agree when I say this, but what I like to say is there's so many other things in life where there's not one way to do it. You can start a business in a bunch of different ways. Sure, there's some common steps, but there's so many different ways you can do anything in life. So many different ways a relationship can start. There's so many ways it can end. So many ways everything can start and end. There's not one way, there's not one guide to everything. The meaning of life is not the same for everybody. There's not one way for everything. That's my point. And school teaches you that there's one way. You go to high school, get your diploma, go to college, get a degree, go to work a job, retire at 65. And then once you're 65, once you've worked for 45 years, if you're an American, most of the time you're not doing something you enjoy. After those 40 years, 45 years of you working, after you're retired, then you can enjoy some of the money you have, then you can enjoy yourself. But like, man, when I'm 65, I can like chill out on my boat and stuff like that, but I can't go hiking. I mean, I'm not saying a 65-year-old can't go hike, but you can't climb up a fucking mountain. You can't do certain things. There's a lot of certain stuff that you just can't do at that age. Now, there's some hip people, like I've seen like fucking these guys that are like 70, 80, who are still skiing and stuff, and fucking God bless them. That's incredible. But if you haven't practiced that skill, and you want to go skiing when you're 70, it's going to be difficult as fuck. So, we're kind of encouraged to work, and then one day we can enjoy ourselves. But life itself isn't certain. I can spend so much time not doing things I enjoy, and then something's coming out. So I can do so many things doing stuff I don't enjoy, and then I die. So something happens. I get hit by a car. I'm in a car accident. Something happens. Something shit happens, and my life just ends. And I spent my time living, just working, doing something I didn't want to do. Whereas I think school and these distractions limit so much of your potential. So there's so many things that you can do. Every single one of us is incredibly unique, and we have different talents, different passions, and if we all pursued those things, I think the world would be changed in such a better way. And we'd have so many people who are more open-minded, so many people skilled in different things. Not saying there aren't people skilled in certain things now, but I think things would be better. Now, of course, you need people there has to be garbage men, there has to be stuff like that. But, maybe one day, those types of jobs can be replaced by, like, robots and stuff like that. And everyone can pursue their passion and do what they want to do. But ultimately, I don't think that's going to happen, because I don't think the government and society and the way things are run, I don't think they want every single person to pursue their passion. I don't think they want every single person to live the happy life. So they need certain people to do certain things, even if it sucks, even if their whole life is wasted. They need people to do those certain things. And, some people are born into better fortune than others, and that can be a determining factor, and there's so many other determining factors. You have limiting beliefs. There's so many different things that can prevent you from getting to where you want to be. And school itself is a huge distraction, it seems like. And there's alternatives. I know someone back home, he started his own podcast too, and he started his own business with social media. And it seems like he's doing pretty well for himself, and that's an example of someone who decided that they didn't want to go to college, or I don't know if they are deciding to go to college sometime or not, but for right now, they're not going to college, they're doing their own thing, and they put that into action. They had this idea, and they're like, maybe they debated with themselves, should I do this, should I not do this? But they took action, they did it, and that's what's important. because now they're doing what they want to do. And again, the most important thing is doing what you want to do, because that's gonna make you happy, and that's gonna make you light up the room, and make you want to talk to other people, make other people want to talk to you, and just make everything in the world better. Because if you're miserable, you're going throughout your day being rude to everyone and just living stuck in your head, I mean, you're not doing anything good for yourself or anyone else. And if you have a bad mindset on life, that can always be changed. No matter your circumstances, your mindset can be changed. I don't remember the exact quote. I think it was by someone in Stoicism, like a Greek philosopher or something like that. They were like something along the lines of, a man, but not just a man, anyone. A man can, I don't remember the quote, but I'll give you the context of it and what it means. It was like a man can go through whatever circumstance, whatever situation, and no matter how bad it is, no matter how good it is, they get to choose how they perceive it, how they feel in the moment. No matter, I mean, there's people out here who aren't doing well. They're not really content with life, but they still make the conscious effort to go out and try to be happy and spread positivity to other people. And that's what counts. I mean, in a sense, it's fake it till you make it, but it's not at the same time, because you can be genuine even if you're not completely happy and still spread positivity and stuff. I know some people that are like that. Their lives aren't that great, but they can still go out there and make someone else's day. But like I said in my other video, fill your cup first. You're the most important person, because without you, there's nothing. You're not here. You don't exist, and none of this is real to you. So fill your cup first. Make sure you're doing good. Make sure you're doing all right, and then go out and help other people. I mean, that's the goal, essentially, is help yourself and help other people, because helping other people makes you happy too. I mean, literally just today, they have like card that they give you at college. I wasn't going to tell anyone this, because I like to do like certain good deeds, whether they're small or big, and I don't really tell anyone about them, because I don't like to brag. I try to be humble, but for the context of this, some guy dropped his card, and with this card you have like access to stuff, and most people were walking by and just seeing it and just walking, but I saw it and I picked it up and I went to go give it to them, because they charge you if you lose that shit, and then I actually was standing in line to like give it to someone who works there, and some guy walks in and I look at the card, I look at the face on the card, I'm like, yo, is this yours? He's like, yeah, thanks, man. And it's just something like that, where whether someone appreciates it or not, you're doing something good, and you're making someone else's life better, whether it's small or big, helping them out somehow, and that's the most important thing. So I think that's all for right now, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.